guys, welcome back to our kitchen. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. We got a great recipe for you. We're going to be making butternut squash soup, which is a personal favorite of mine. But the other day at the store, they had this acorn squash as well. So I thought it would be fun if we make the soup with this. It's like a little science experiment, and see which one we like better. So we're going to do the same exact recipe for each of these and just see at the end which one's better. So let's get started. Alright, so first things first, you want to make sure you rinse these bad boys off. You want to rip off the little handle if there is still one. And now we're going to cut them in half. Here we go. Don't bother leaving in the comments that I suck with knives because I know. We're trying something different.
At least you won't cut your fingers off.
I'm not following the same path, but that's okay. I'm sweating right now. I am seriously sweating. Oh my god, I feel like I just had a baby.
Looks like you made it.
Alright, so now we're gonna get back at this squash and scoop out its insides. There's like a thing where you're like really disturbed by things like this with like the seeds in vegetables and fruit. I think I have it because this is like really grossing me out. Ew, it has like guts coming out. Alright, 5 hours later now. We got them all scooped out. So now we're actually going to turn these over on your sheets because if you leave them facing up in the oven, they're going to dry out and get really gross. So you want to make sure they're like this. And now we're going to do the acorn squash. Okay. I hope that this one will be a little bit easier to cut. Do you think I should do this way again?
Yes.
Yeah! It's working! Here we go, here we go. I think this is it. No! That was not halfway. That's alright. Ew, look at all the seeds! Okay, we're gonna have to scoop these out. I'll just check back in with you guys because this could take a minute. I gotta say, 1 point to the acorn because it was way easier to scoop out. I don't know what happened because this was easy the other day. This one was just a little jerk. But whatever. So we're going to flip this over as well so it doesn't dry out. And now we have preheated our oven. You want to set your oven to 400 degrees and you're going to keep these in there for about 45 minutes or longer. You want to check after 45 minutes and see how they're doing. If you see the skin is kind of like sagging and it's soft to the touch, it's probably ready. So if not, leave it in a little bit longer. So our oven is messed up. So it's gonna take a little while longer, but you just gotta use your judgment and keep checking it if you're not sure. Bye! Alright guys, as you can see, these are now out of the oven. The skin is looking a little saggy, and if you touch your squash, it will feel squishy to the touch. So we're just gonna let that cool for a little bit so we don't burn our fingers when we are scooping it out, and then we'll get going on the soup. All right, it's time to make the soup. So I'm gonna show you guys how to do this with the butternut squash. I'm gonna do it with the acorn after, but it's gonna be the same thing. We're using the exact same recipe, so let's just take you through the butternut. So we're gonna turn it over. This has been sitting for a while, but that's okay. So look at that. Oh, it's so soft. So we can just squeeze this out of the skin and then we'll scrape out what's, no we won't. We'll just scrape it out. We're gonna put it right into the blender. Oh yeah. It smells so good. Alright, it's all in there. Now it's time to add in the flavor. So we're going to start with a ½ teaspoon of salt. We are using the pink Himalayan as usual. And next up we are using some ½ teaspoon of granulated onion. Oh, that smells like a bagel. That's nice. This soup would go great with a bagel too, just saying. We're also gonna do ½ teaspoon of the granulated garlic. A ¼ teaspoon of nutmeg. This is super, super easy. You could be all fancy and use all fresh like onion and garlic, but I'm not fancy like that. Let's see, a little bit of pepper to taste. I'm not a huge pepper girl, so I'm just gonna put a little bit. There we go. And we're going to do 1 tablespoon of bouillon. This is actually better than bouillon, and there is not a lot left. Let's see what we can get out of here. All right, I think that's
perfect.
Pretty good. And it's really a pain in the butt to come out, so we're gonna start adding our water as well to kind of like get some of it off of there. We're gonna put a total of 3 cups of water, but we're only gonna start with about half of that, just because you don't want to overwhelm the blender. There's a lot of stuff already in there, so whoop, we're just gonna do about half right now, and we're gonna use this to mix so that we can get the rest of the bouillon off. All right, we're ready to blend. I think we're gonna go with the smoothie setting here, so here we go. That looks so good, but don't forget, we still have like a 1.5 cups of water to add. We'll put that in right now. Ooh. And we're just going to...
You could do smoothie again.
We're just going to smoothie it again. Alright, so that's all done. We're actually going to set this aside in a bowl for a few minutes because we only have 1 blender. So, like I told you guys, I'm going to do the exact same thing with the acorn squash, and then we'll be back when it's time to warm them up. Alright, before we heat them up. So here they are out of the blender. This is the butternut, this is the acorn. They look pretty similar. You were saying you're thinking you're gonna like the acorn better.
Yeah, I think I just might.
Yeah, well, we're gonna only heat up a little bit right now, and again, if you're heating up the whole thing, go ahead and do it on the stove if you want, or do it in the microwave. It's not a big deal.
Actually, we could have just heated it up with the blender. When we blended it, we could have used like the soup setting.
Yeah, well. But we're just gonna heat up a little bit in these bowls for the big test.
Alright, this is super scientific. We spooned it into the bowls and heated it up one at a time because they're very close in color.
We had to make sure we didn't mix them up.
Yeah.
But if you notice, the butternut is more of like an orangey color.
Right.
And this is a little bit more yellow. Also, the butternut seems to be thicker.
Yeah.
Than the acorn.
Definitely.
So I guess it's time to taste.
Alright.
They're really hot. Ready?
Please don't burn your face.
I might. Smells really good. Mmm. That is delicious.
Yeah.
Now I need like palate cleanser, palate cleanser, palate cleanser.
Would you like a drink of water or something?
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay. We got that taken care of. Now it's time for the acorn. So like I mentioned, this one seems to be thinner. Let's see if the taste is thinner or larger than life.
Mm.
Smells also really good. Mm. That is tough to say. Ooh, okay, ready? This is what we're gonna do. On the count of 3, we're both gonna say...
I've already tasted it, by the way.
Yeah, Mom's already tasted it, but she didn't tell me which one she liked better, so there's no, like, favoritism here. On the count of 3, we're gonna say which one we liked better.
Okay.
Ready?
Yes.
1, 2, 3, acorn. They're both so good though. Like,
I think the acorn just edges it out just a little
there's
tiny
like something
bit.
a little special about it. I don't know.
Yeah.
But they're both so good and both great for this time of year.
And super simple.
Yeah, they were both super easy. It's the same recipe, just a different squash. So I hope you guys try out either or both, whatever.
Hey, you could even mix them together if you wanted.
Yeah. And if you tried any of our recipes, I would love to see pictures. So hit me up on Twitter. Our handles and everything are in the info box below. So yeah, like, subscribe if you're into it, and until next time, much love.